Many people think that you have to believe something is going to happen for it to manifest. Most people think that you have to believe, and if you don't believe, it's not going to happen. It's not particularly believing that we need to be doing, it's more choosing that we need to be doing. It's choosing and desiring and everything in between that is going to equal the manifestation. So if you don't 100%, 1,000,000% believe it, it doesn't really matter, right? I literally manifested the other day a caterpillar. I didn't even care if that caterpillar was gonna come or not. All I knew was that it would be really cool to have that caterpillar. I didn't 100% believe that was gonna happen. I just kind of said, wouldn't it be cool if that was happening? So when you say stuff like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened? Wouldn't it be cool if this happened? Then that is the state of you putting the request out into the universe, whether you believe it or not. And I'm going to explain exactly why you don't need to believe, why choosing is believing, and why desiring is the end state in this video. But for now, hello and welcome to the video. I have actually just set up the Passive Princess coaching package, guys. I'm so excited to be working with you guys. So if you want to work one-on-one, we create custom rampages and work one-on-one down there. So yeah, it's all linked down below. But anyway, so choosing as believing and desiring is the end state. So what do I believe, what do I think, and what am I trying to say here, right? So a lot of confusion in the manifestation space, and people, they complicate manifestation when it's actually so simple. So I'm gonna explain it in the most simplest form to begin with. The CIA did a study and it was called the Gateway Process. This experiment was classified until 2001. It was about consciousness because they wanted the armies and everyone to be stronger, and if they can create, and how powerful the consciousness is basically. So consciousness is above everything, and I'm going to make a separate video about the Gateway experiment, the Gateway Process rather, because this is the findings in this study were absolutely insane. So consciousness is above everything, and this is specifically what the CIA states in this study. Whatever we put out into the universe with no resistance, this is what will manifest, and this is what I have said, right? So your thoughts create your reality. This was one of the findings in there, which is significant to the manifestation community. Your thoughts create your reality. It doesn't matter if you believe it's going to happen, but where your thoughts are, that is where the most energy is going to flow. You imagine consciousness is above us. It's a higher frequency. It's above everything. So consciousness, you imagine it's floating above us all, right? Your thoughts have a frequency. Your thoughts are going up here in the consciousness, in the frequency. Your thoughts have frequencies, your images have frequencies, your actions, your words, they all have frequencies, right? So I don't care what manifestation technique you actually do. It doesn't matter. Everything you think, everything you feel, everything you say, they are all requests. They are all directions to consciousness, to the universe, to give you the reality that you want. So when you talk negatively about everything, that is the frequency, the conscious thoughts that are going into the universe, and that is what you will get more of, right? So you don't need to believe, you don't need to do SATs, you don't need to specifically do affirmations. It really doesn't matter. Imagine to send picture directions, affirm to send message directions, and live in the end result to send physical directions. Whatever you do, imagine, affirm, act as if, it doesn't matter. They are all directions being sent into consciousness, into the universe, that show the universe and consciousness your future. You're literally directing it into your future. You are saying, give me more of this, and therefore you will receive more of the thing you have been requesting, right? That is how it works. Believing, knowing, deciding, these are all sending physical directions. It doesn't matter the type of direction. Obviously, it would be great if we could just all send, I mean, personally, I would prefer to send all directions. I affirm, I imagine, I act as if, I do all of the things, right? That is probably the most powerful technique that you can use, but they are all directions. Believing is just you believing and acting in the end state. It's just a physical direction that you're sending to the universe. Your thoughts are just images that you're sending into the universe. So it's whichever you think is going to be the most powerful. But as we all know, feelings are associated with a frequency. Feelings are vibrations, and obviously if your feelings are very intense, the higher the vibration that feeling is going to be, hence the higher the frequency and the stronger the message that you're going to be sending into the consciousness, into the universe. But at the end of the day, you could spend 17 seconds doing the 17-second method and send literally just 17 seconds. You could create a super high intense feeling and send that into the universe, and that might be just as powerful as you affirming for 1 whole hour. But depending on the intensity and the amount of conviction that goes into that, they could be the same. They have the same amount of power, right? Because you felt a lot here, but then you said a lot here. They could be equal. So it's like whatever you feel the most, whatever you vibrate higher, whatever is going to send the strongest message into the universe, right? It doesn't really matter. As long as you send a strong message, that could be in the form of strong feelings in the moment, or in terms of multiple long affirmation sessions. All of those are strong directions. They're all strong images and directions for the universe. When you choose and you decide with conviction what you want, that is no different to you choosing what gym to sign up to in your area. It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're choosing what gym you have in the area to sign up to compared to what house price and what house you want to buy. It could be £1 million house, it could be £100,000 house, it could be a £10 a month gym, a £50 a month gym, right? There's no difference in that. These two things are just things of the physical plane, and whether you think you can achieve them and whether you think you have freedom of choice or not is all in your head. Just because it's easy to choose a £10 a month gym or a £50 a month gym, those choices are the same choices as all of the houses out there, for example. You can have the £1 million house. It is a choice. It is a direction that you give the universe, but if you don't choose, you won't get. And most people struggle with not believing they can have something, and the issue there is that they therefore won't manifest it. They won't achieve it because they don't even believe it's going to happen. And what happens, this is where the whole belief thing comes from, right? Oh, you must believe it to have it, is literally not because of the belief thing that's important, it's because of what you do after you believe it that matters. So a lot of people will think, oh, I want a house, but I don't believe it's going to happen, so therefore that's it. That's the end of the thought pattern. Gone. That house is now disappeared. They put no more thought to it, no more effort towards it, and that's it. It's not going to manifest then, is it? Because if you don't put action towards getting that house, you don't start physically looking at houses, you are never going to get the house. That is the issue. They don't believe they had it, so therefore they're not going to get it because they don't put any action into it. This is why you have to kind of believe somewhat is going to happen to get it. Whereas if you sit there like me and you, and we sit there and we go, I want £1 million house, and even if you don't 100% believe you're going to get the house, you're at least going to try and manifest to have the house. And therefore you manifesting the house is going to come because you've manifested the house, then you've put the effort in, you've done the work. But you had to believe it was possible in the first place in order to do the manifestation work, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. But as soon as you're in the manifestation space and you know you can have anything you want and you know you create your own reality, you know that your thoughts create your reality, already you've got everything at your fingertips there. Already the fact that you know you can achieve it is already you believing it, right? So therefore you're already in the state of believing it. Doesn't matter what you do after that. You just focus on it. Keep sending those directions to the universe, to consciousness. Keep directing your life in the right way. And don't go through the path of the regular people that don't believe in manifestation, where they go to work and then they speak negative things and then they have the same day over and over and over until they retire. My parents have been in work for 50 years probably. Actually no, my mum's not quite that old yet, but 50 years my dad's been at work. My mum's probably been in work for 40 years, and they have the same day over and over and over and over because they don't believe that their life could be any different. If you came to my dad now and said, Dad, like, you've been in this job 30 years, no word of a lie, my mum and dad have both had the same job for 30 years since they were like 20. And if I said to them now, there's millions of better jobs out there, why don't you go get them? They'd be like, no, I can't do it. So they stay in the same job and they have the same day every day because that is their reality. That is what they think they can achieve. That is what they think they deserve. So therefore you said, oh, by the way, you know, you can achieve, like, you could win the lottery, right? They wouldn't do anything about it because they don't believe it's going to happen. Anyway, so off with the rampage. But basically, then the next thing I wanted to say is when you desire, you are already in the end state. So just by you desiring it, you will imagine, right? Itchy eyebrows. When you desire, you are already in the end state. Because when you desire, you are already on the frequency of the end result. You're in alignment with that version of you that has the end thing already. So just by desiring it, this is you living in the end result. You're already aligned with that higher version of yourself, literally just by desiring it. And a lot of the time when you desire something, you actually imagine you having it already. And when you imagine you having it already, you usually vibrate at the frequency of that thing anyways. You vibrate at a high frequency when you're imagining good things, when you're sat there daydreaming and you're sat there like smiling to yourself. You're imagining you in the end state, and your brain doesn't know the difference between imagining and real life. We all know this, right? You've got the placebo effect, you've got the nocebo effect. Placebo is so real, guys, that I got taught the placebo effect when I did psychology in A-levels, right? And the placebo effect is so real that they have done multiple tests in years, and they use placebo drugs now to treat people because people will heal themselves through placebo medications. You could give someone an antidepressant and then a placebo medication that has nothing but sugar in it. And these placebo tests showed that the people that received the placebo drug still healed themselves. And it was just as effective as the actual antidepressant. Why? Because our brain literally doesn't know the difference. Both of those people knew they would be healed, knew that this tablet would heal them, and they both were healed as a result of it. Right? They didn't know the difference between the two tablets. The brain didn't know the difference. All it knew is that it would be healed, and they imagined themselves being healed. When they had this tablet, they probably felt very good every day. Oh yes, I can't wait to be healed. Yes. Every day they knew they were healing by taking these tablets, because this is science, right? This is literally science. I got taught it in school. Everyone knows the placebo effect is real. It's literally manifestation, guys. The nocebo effect is just as real. If you sit there and you think, oh my god, it's winter time, better prepare for getting ill, how many colds am I gonna have this winter? Nocebo effect. Expect to be sick that winter if you're gonna think like that. So again, your thoughts are little picture requests and directions getting sent into the universe. The more you send of it, the more you will get of it. My case is rested. That's all I wanted to say. Everything that you do, everything that you say, they are all pictures, they are all directions, they are all requests being sent into the universe. What you do on a daily basis creates your reality, and if you want to change your reality, change your daily routine, okay? Choosing is believing, and desiring is already the end state. So therefore, choose with conviction what you want. Continue to desire it, continue to picture it, say it, imagine it, don't care. That is what will create your reality. Send the messages into the universe. That's literally it. And that is why living in the end state is also really powerful, because again, like I said earlier on, living in the end state is sending physical directions, imagining is sending picture directions, and affirming is sending message directions. They're all directions, they're all great, doesn't matter, okay? So yeah, end of the video. But if you have any comments, drop them down below. But for now, I will see you in the next video. Hope this helps. Have a lovely day. Bye!